The Madbean Runt is a distortion circuit based on the ubiquitous Proco Rat for that classic rough and gritty distortion. I'm going to be playing through a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe recorded with a Red 5 RVD9 dynamic microphone straight in front of the speaker, combined with a couple of impulse responses. I'm going to be using a 1989 Fender USA Stratocaster Plus. The pedal has 3 controls: volume, gain, and cut, which I labeled tone on mine. The cut knob is effectively a backwards tone control, just as it is in the original Rat design. If you turn it up, it applies a low-pass filter to the signal, reducing the high frequencies. Now let's start off with my clean tone. Now, to show off distortion pedals, I always go through the range of the gain, and usually, even on the lower end, it does add a little bit of grit. But in this case, what comes out is pretty much a clean sound with a little bit of a filter applied to it. But I figured I'd still let you hear it. Now, to actually get some distortion out of the pedal, the gain turned up to 9 o'clock. Now the gain at noon. Now the gain at 3 o'clock. Now the gain maxed out. Now to check out the range of the tone knob. As I've said before, it kinda works the opposite way you'd usually expect a tone knob to behave. So with the most high frequencies possible, the tone knob fully turned down. Now with the tone at 9 o'clock. And with the tone at noon. The tone at 3 o'clock. And finally, at its muddiest, the tone fully turned up. As far as the components go, there's nothing much to say. I kept mine completely stock, sticking with the suggested parts in the documentation. Populating the board itself was not a hassle at all, but with my limited experience at the time, I did run into some issues with the daughter board. The pedal's fully functional and it sounds great, but when I turn the controls, at times I do hit dead spots where the sound drops out. I'm assuming something is grounding out on the data board, and I've tried tightening and loosening specific lugs, but in the end I should really work from the inside to fix the issue, which is a bit of a daunting task with how tightly everything fits in this enclosure. Ever since, I've improved my methodology somewhat, for instance tightening potentiometers to the enclosure before soldering them to the data board, instead of doing that all out of the box. You can take them out again after soldering, but it does ensure that you can simply drop in the data board later and it will fit perfectly with the drilled holes, instead of having to bend potentiometer lugs or do other awkward maneuvers that might mess up your pedal. I've already used the pedal live plenty in its current state, and it has no issues whatsoever when you don't play around with the settings too much. Since I'm definitely keeping this pedal for my own use, and the issues don't bother me too much, for now I'll just keep it in its current state.